Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys had a great holiday. I know that I didn't get to my email update in January because things just got really crazy. Just to give you a quick recap, in December, we celebrated Christmas. It was really great. It's always hard to be away from family and friends during the holidays, but we celebrated well, and I got to Skype with my family and Skype with some friends here on Christmas break, and it was good. So then January started and things got crazy. I moved flats. I was interviewing tons of interns for our summer internship program. Also, a lot of projects started all of a sudden. I think that at the beginning of every year, we kind of vet what we're doing, what's working, what's not working, make some adjustments, implement some changes. And so I was working on a lot of those projects. And then my dad came to Nepal, which took out a week. So I was trying to get all of my work done before he came, and then got swamped with work afterwards. But I was not able to work during the week that he was here, and that was really great. And it was just a really good time. I mean, it's always really emotional for me when these two worlds collide, this world that I've been living in for 2 years, and then this person that has known me my entire life. And it was just really sweet and really special, and something that I will never forget. And my dad was really clear at the get-go that he didn't want to do anything touristy, and he just wanted to see life here. He wanted to see the people that I work with. He wanted to see the office. He wanted to see the work of Love Justice and meet the people, that I work with and that I interact with on a daily basis. And we got to do all of those things, even though he got a little bit sick. So it was really great. I was definitely really sad when he left, but looking forward to coming back to the States this year, which I'm excited to let you guys know that we're really close to finalizing my 2 home leave dates this year, which I will let you probably know next month what those look like and what's on the schedule. So all that to say, some things that I'm looking forward to this month in February, is that we're having an all nations gathering. And so we have some of our leaders from our pilots, as well as some potential leaders for pilots that we're planning this year, are coming to Nepal for 1 week. And so we have leaders from South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Mongolia, Thailand, and India, all congregating in Nepal next week, which I've had a lot of fun planning all of those logistics, as well as we'll be leading a couple of the trainings that we'll be doing with them. And then also, I've extended a couple offers for some internships for this summer. So I've extended 4, hoping that all of them accept, and then hoping to extend 2 more, which means that we'll have 6 interns this summer, which will be twice as many as last summer. So just been doing a lot of work on that, as well as been sitting in on some justice operations meeting. We recently, and by recently I mean 4 or 5 months ago, hired a guy who is an ex-cop from Nashville. Him and his family came to Nepal, and he's our targeting analyst and working really closely with our justice operations department. And so part of our new strategy is meeting weekly between data entry, border monitoring, and justice operations, all coming together and talking through our ongoing cases, which has been easily my new favorite part about the week. Just that standing meeting every Monday. We're talking about these really exciting cases, and just really gets my heart burning for the work. So those are just a couple of fun updates for you guys, and wanted to share 2 stories with you this month that will be in more detail in the newsletter, but just to give you a brief overview of kind of what's been going on. So the first one is that our justice operations team, helped a survivor of trafficking file a case against her trafficker. And so what had happened in her situation is she was trafficked from Nepal to the Gulf, was exploited, not paid, beaten, XYZ, and somehow coordinating with the embassy, made it back to Nepal and wanted to file a case against her trafficker. So we did that, and in order to we needed to help. There was some logistics around the situation where we needed to actually help relocate her, and so we ended up hiring her at one of our border monitoring stations, the station Chandrata. So she's been working there for the last 2 months, and is super passionate about the job, has transitioned really seamlessly. And we just found out today, actually, that last year in 2017, this particular station, Chandrata, had a total of 57 intercepts for the whole year. In January, they had 35 interceptions, largely in part due to the fact that she's just brought this momentum going into the station and is really passionate about sharing her story, advocating while educating victims of trafficking and causing them to pause and take a look and say, hey, is this situation that I'm about to enter into trafficking? And she's able to speak truth into that and identify red flags and identify things that aren't right in their situations. And that's just a story that's full circle, honestly, from someone who has kind of been exploited, but coming back and helping girls so that they're not also exploited. And it's just super encouraging. Second story is that, and this kind of involves Tiny Hands, it kind of doesn't. So I'll get a little bit more into the details here. And of course, as always, there will be more details in the actual email update. But just to give you kind of a long story short version, is that the Nepal police, or the CIB, which is kind of the equivalent to the FBI, recently arrested a guy who is a known trafficker in the country, kind of a big fish trafficker. Our investigations team called him a big fish. Has been known for trafficking hundreds of girls over the past 23 years and has kind of he's had an outstanding warrant for his arrest because there were 2 survivors who had came back to Nepal, filed a case against him, and basically he bought his way out of it and just bribed the government and just slipped under the radar. The police never really did anything because he kind of kept him to the wayside with his bribes. And just all of a sudden, last month, the CIB decided that they were going to arrest him. And part of it was because he had gotten elected into a political position in the village that he's from. And anyways, they decided that they were going to arrest him. And as they were getting out of the station to go make the arrest, Anil, our lead investigator, had heard that they were going to go do some big arrests, and he had asked them, what's going on? And they said, we're gonna arrest this big trafficker in Gang Fetty. And Anil goes, Soon Bahadar Tamang. And the police were like, yeah, how do you know about that? And Anil goes, he's been on our targeting list for years. And the police basically invited him along to go make this arrest. And since then, they've been the police and our justice operations team, as well as just some other local NGOs, have been trying to build a really strong case against this guy. His name is Soon. Because the more evidence, the better. And he's been accused of trafficking hundreds of girls. And so our justice operation team is reaching out to our contacts in that village. They're reaching out to aftercare home that we work really closely with, and have basically rounded 3 girls to file a case against Soon, who haven't already filed a case against him, a human trafficking case. But the tricky part is that Soon, this village basically has no girls ages 11 to 40 because they've all been trafficked by Soon, and the whole village is bought into this. And in the past, when our justice operations team has gone there, the whole village has kind of been standoffish and, what are you doing here? Why are you here? And they've all kind of bought into this network. And Soon has 3 wives, and 2 of them are operating brothels in India, and he has working brothels in Mumbai, Delhi, and one other location. I can't remember it at the moment. But anyways, it's just this big network, big operation. And our team has been able to successfully help victims walk through this process of identifying more people in the network, as well as filing a case against Soon. So just a lot of momentum going on there. And it's definitely dangerous. The victims have been getting threats, and we've been working with shelters to make sure that their identity is sealed, and just super big breakthrough in the Nepal trafficking world. So just a fun little update, link to the news article below, as well as I just really encourage you to check out 3 things that I'm loving this month. Some really good organizations doing some great things, making great products. So until next month, I will talk to you guys then. Bye.